Hey, welcome to the Educated Affiliate. My name is Damo, and today we're going to talk about the dark side of affiliate marketing and the scams that are out there, and really, more importantly, how to avoid those scams. And we're going to go through, after I show you a couple of case studies, the 7 steps I use to make sure that I'm not being scammed again, because the case studies I'm going to give you are about me, and I didn't follow those steps at all, and you'll see how I did that. So the first one we're going to talk about is this gentleman here. His name is Matt. I forget his last name. Some of you may know Online Academy. You may have been involved with it. Him and his buddy Cam, who I also don't know, had a service whereby you could buy in and do joint ad spend with them and get a return on their ad spend plus profit. So if you put in $4,000, you would be guaranteed that $4,000 back, and then you'd split the profits after that. And they would do all the ad spend and sell all the products, and sounded like a great idea, right? They were pros at running millions of dollars worth of ads and blah, blah, blah. And so what they would do is they would charge to get involved with this 15 grand. And I didn't know who these guys were. And I paid the 15 grand, and I went in and started doing $4,000 increments once a month. You could do it once a month, every 4 weeks. And at first it was great. I got paid like 6 grand, 6 grand, 6. So I was making about 2 grand every payment. Then it got down to 1 grand. And that was for about 6, 8 months or so. And then they went out of business. And I had, I think I got most of my money back. I'd have to check my spreadsheets. I can't remember. This was about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. But I got most of my money back, so I didn't quite lose all my money. But there were people who were literally 3 weeks before they shut down and went out of business were buying into this program at $15,000. In other words, they had just spent the $15,000 and then were cut off completely. And there's been ongoing litigation regarding these guys. They have never resurfaced as far as I can see. Okay, so the next one, of course, is Cliqly. I know if you've been watching this channel, you know that I'm an advocate for trying to get these guys to pay back all the money that they owe all their members. They are in complete denial. I mean, it's just become a criminal activity here. And the thing is the business is still going. He's still selling these accounts. Now, he cut me out. He said, well, you have been suspended because you said bad things about the company. Well, what bad things I say about the company? Well, here's the thing. I found out, I started working with a lot of people about 6 months into before I was suspended, trying to get people paid because, Bobby was addressing it. He has a weekly meeting. He was addressing it. Some people were getting paid, some people weren't. I thought it was just sort of an incompetent thing. They weren't dealing with it. And it pissed me off, but I was helping everybody out I could until I found out the extent of what was going on and how much was really not getting paid. So I started inquiring and asking people, what's going on? Is this really true? Are you really not getting paid? And this is what I came up with, and this is why I was suspended. I started this payment help page. And what I did is I had people email me and tell me if they hadn't received their commissions yet. So over 1,000 people have emailed me and told me they haven't received their commissions from Cliqly. This has gone on for over almost 400 days. The average payout is $922.86, and it's over 1,000 people and almost $1 million that they have not paid their members. And they're still in business. They're still trying to sell this whole situation to brand new people coming into the business. And it's just terrible. So this is I think is number 2 or 3 on the rule list. Do your due diligence before, because if anybody would do a 5-minute review, a 5-minute research on the review of Cliqly, they would find this page. They would find this particular podcast, which is out there, tells the whole story of how people are not being paid. They would find this Facebook group, which tells the story of how people are not being paid. And they eventually would find this list, because Lord knows I've done a ton of videos on it. So doing your research is what is one of the key things if you don't know that person. And then we're going to talk a little bit more about maybe you should know the person you're getting involved with, or who is referring you at least. The next one, this is not a scam. These guys have a product that's pretty decent, but it just wasn't up to snuff. It just wasn't up to what they said it was. I went through, you can see he's doing the demo here, and I went through this demo and it looked awesome. And I thought, this is great. I went and spent $1,200 on this thing because I wanted a lifetime membership. If you know this channel, you know I love lifetime memberships. And, but they had an ironclad, refund policy. I wasn't worried about it. I got in there, spent a whole day, which is another thing I talk about in the 7 steps we're going to go through here in a minute. I went through the whole day and worked on it, and found out there's no way it wasn't doing what they said it was doing. And I don't know how these demos can actually do the things, and then when you get the software, it doesn't do the things. I just don't get it. So we're going to talk a little bit about the 7 steps to, or the 7 sort of rules that I go by. That to me will keep you out of harm's way in terms of getting involved with some sort of affiliate program. Now, we're not talking about the affiliate programs like Amazon and ClickBank, JVC. Those are all legit. You're gonna have different problems like list sabotage and that kind of a thing, but it's all legit. It's all on the up and up. So what I'm talking about is very specific, either software or digital marketing programs or different types of email marketing affiliate programs that promise you the world. So let's go through them. I have my 7-step thing. I call it the Irma-Kadot 7 steps. No, I'm just kidding, but I tried to figure some anagram out for that. Anyways, if possible, know the person who was referring the opportunity. Now, Cliqly had an affiliate program. I referred a lot of people. I got on Zoom calls. You know how I am with Zoom calls. You can always get a hold of me and get on a Zoom call if you want. You can always email me. And I referred a lot of people. And then I started experiencing the fact that the referrals were not getting paid. I was not getting credit for the people who were joining and buying credits. And that's when my first light bulb went off. But I was referring people, and then I stopped doing that because I noticed that something was going wrong and it wasn't good. And I didn't have, I couldn't in right mind, refer this program. And then when I found out how bad it was, I quit altogether. And I was still making about $1,300 a month, which is pretty decent money, pays the rent kind of thing. And I had to give all that up because I couldn't be in business with these guys anymore. So if you can, know the person you're referring to. And that's after being in business with these guys for 2.5 years, almost 3 years, more than 2.5. And so really, it's really scary. Sometimes even if you know them, you've got to be super, super careful. If you don't, you want to research thoroughly at least 3 and check out at least 3 review videos. There's a review for everything out there. So make sure you go and research whatever you're going to get involved with thoroughly. Like I said before, if people had, all the people that are getting in Cliqly now, if they had done a quick research video, YouTube research, they would find out how bad things are. But people don't do that. They just jump in with the FOMO and they go for it. Look at it. I did too, but I've learned my lesson. I'm trying to show you guys how to learn your lesson. Make sure the refund policy is ironclad. With Cliqly, it's really scary. They owe a lot of people a lot of money. They made a lot of guarantees, and when people started getting not paid, they weren't refunding, and it was a really bad situation. So make sure it's ironclad. It's in the terms and conditions. You can refer to that so that if you have any problem, you can at least bring it to your local authority. Charge it on a card you have a good relationship with and good standing with. And the reason I say that is because some of my credit card companies, and I have too many, they're a pain in the butt when it comes to chargebacks. They want all this information. I mean, most of them, they require a certain amount of information, and that's understandable. But some of them are just, they really don't want to do it. So make sure the card you're using, charging back is no big deal, and you can get that done if they're not going to refund like they say they are, according to their terms and conditions, okay? Do not buy upsells ever. I always say this. Now, I am the worst offender of this because I am the all-time, lifetime sales guy. I go for every lifetime deal there is. And the reason I do that is because if I'm going to use the tool, and there's many tools I know I'm going to use. And for the most part, every lifetime deal I've ever bought, I've either used it and I love it, or I made sure there was an ironclad refund policy and I had 30 days to check the thing out. And every time it's worked out fine. So if you do want to buy an upsell, then I refer you back to make sure the refund policy is ironclad, and the next one. So once you become a member or you download any software, read it or try it out immediately. The instance with Typeset where I showed you that I went in there and it just didn't do the way they demoed it, didn't work for me the way they demoed it. I completely spent like a day, and because I was real excited about this one little program I wanted to build, and this little digital program I wanted to build for golf, and I wanted to try it out on my website and see how it worked and whatnot, and it was just kind of a fun thing. And so I was at it all day, and I could not get it to do anything that they said it would do, and it was really frustrating. But they had an ironclad refund. They refunded me in a day, no problems, no questions asked, so it was great. And the last thing I'm going to say is take it slow and don't let the FOMO take you in, okay? So it's important that you remember this because getting into, excitement and enthusiasm, and you have a passion for doing what you like to do, and this is all exciting, and it is, but you've still got to take it at a measured pace, okay? You've got to make sure, and believe me, I've done all these things. So this information is coming to you from experience. It is coming to you from hard lessons learned, okay? And so what I want to, sort of talk about the other side of things. I decided after Cliqly experience, after the OA experience, where I was really trying to short circuit the system. And I didn't think of it as getting rich quick. I thought of it as utilizing the pros, to invest with them and work with them to build your beginning revenue that way. I really didn't look at it as getting rich quick because I am a hard worker. Don't have a problem with working hard to make things happen. But eventually I joined Master Affiliate Profits, which if you see this page, I work with them. And the reason I did that is because I said, I'm going to learn to do this from scratch. I don't care how long it takes. I don't care how long it's going to, take before I make any kind of money or build a list or whatever, but I'm going to learn it from people that I know are fantastic. And that's these two here, Omar Martin and John Thornhill. John, I don't know as well, but Omar I've known for years, not personally, but over watching him on all his offers. And I've never bought an offer from him before, but I've talked to him. I'm friends with him on Facebook, and we shared posts every once in a while and likes and that kind of a thing. And I know the kind of a guy he is, and I can see he's been an upstanding guy. He's a Christian. He's a good family man for years. And so, right, I wasn't referred by anybody, but the minute he started this thing, I talked to him about it and, just emailed back and forth, and I felt very comfortable. Not to mention there was an ironclad refund policy. I did buy into the backer thing, which is what you can do now in phase 2. And I learned a lot about the program, the educational ecosystem, and the advantages that it had into it. Now, you can see here, I think we got this right here. Yeah. So I spent $800, got into it, and I've made $28.30. So, and I didn't even start promoting this till about 6 weeks ago. And so I've more than made my money back. I've been paid on everything on the button, no questions asked. And so the reason is I checked it out. I knew Omar, and I did my due diligence, okay? And so that's what I offer to people. I said, look, if you want to get to know something, get to know me via email. Let's get on a Zoom call. Let's get on a phone call, whatever you want to do. If you want the MAP report, which explains what Master Affiliates is all about and explains how to start this thing from scratch and do this. Look, I'm 60 years old. And I've had a lot of careers in my life. I've been in the movie business. I've worked for Tesla. I've done a lot of great things in my life, but I knew moving forward, I didn't have enough money to retire on. And I have a passion to do this kind of stuff. It's fun. I like doing it. I like doing the YouTube. I like doing the affiliate marketing, and I like helping people that are my age, maybe younger, but a lot older. There is a way for us older folks to still make it and don't have to become greeters at Walmart, okay? There is a way to do that. So if you want the report in the comments, just put MAP report, and I'll get it to you right away. If you want to book a Zoom call or you want to talk to me about anything, and it doesn't have to be Master Affiliate Profits. We can just talk about affiliate marketing. Believe me, I will always give you my honest opinion. I'm open to it because my business is growing, but I'm still small enough where I can talk to people all the time, and I love it. I love meeting new people and talking to new people. So we can do that, move on from here, but pay attention to those 7 rules and don't let yourself get on the dark side of affiliate marketing scams, okay? If you have any questions, just let me know and I'll make sure before you join anything. All right. See you on the next time.